Hello and a warm welcome to Federal's special program, Capital Beat. BJP on Friday appointed B.S. Yediyurappa's younger son, Vijendra Yediyurappa, as its state unit president. He had been the party's vice president till now. Now, this move has been made with an eye on the Lingayat vote bank, which drifted towards the Congress during the assembly elections. And there's also a message for the detractors of Yediyurappa that the party's central leadership still relies on Yediyurappa's mass appeal. Now, is the return of Yediyurappa and his son Vijendra a proof for dynasty politics, as what the allegations Congress is making? Joining me now is a special panel. We have Dr. Sudha Halkai, who's the BJP spokesperson, joining us from Gulbarga, Karnataka. Thank you so much, Dr. Sudha. We have Satish Jadhav, commentator from Bangalore. Thank you so much, Satish. We have Vivek Deshpande with us. Thank you so much. And we also have Pushpraj Deshpande, who is the director of the Samrit Bharat Foundation. Thank you, Pushpraj, for joining. And let me begin with Dr. Sudha. Dr. Sudha, of course, you've appointed Vijendra as the state unit president. Now, what Congress is saying that he has been appointed because he is Yediyurappa's son. And they are making the charges that, it's almost like a return of the dynasty politics. And if you remember Prime Minister's speech from the ramparts of Red Fort this year, what he said that the country is facing two big ills, and that is corruption and dynasty politics. Now, how would you really comment on this appointment of Vijendra as the state unit president?
Neelu, the matter of fact is that the dynasty politics, what our Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji is referring, and what the Congress people in Karnataka are blaming is entirely different. Here, this doesn't count as, this doesn't come into the dynasty politics, because Vijendra ji has been working in Bharatiya Janata Party since past 30 years. He has been an active member. As a normal Karyakarta, he had joined even before Yediyurappa ji was a chief minister. When he was an MLA, he was a normal Karyakarta. Then he was a Yuva Morcha vice president. Then he took as in charge as a vice president of Karnataka. And he has proved himself very vastly in all the ways. Take it leadership, take it Sangatane, this one aspect or anything. He has proved himself. And dynasty politics, what Modi ji is saying is regarding Gandhi family, where the only family since past many years, since decades, I must say past 70 years, 7 decades, they are the one who are taking the decision for our nation. And how wisely this has helped our nation, you tell me. And Yediyurappa ji, he is the one, he is the tallest, no doubt he is the tallest leader of our Bharatiya Janata Party, and he has done tremendous work in all the fields, especially for the farmers.
Sudha, what is the definition of dynasty politics according to the definition given by Modi ji or the BJP central leadership? I want to understand. Are you counting it by the number of years a party or a family governs? Or what would you say to the likes of Amit Shah and Jai Shah? You have Prem Kumar Dhumal and Anurag Thakur. There are many examples of dynasty politics within BJP, but BJP it seems to overlook all of that.
See, dynasty politics is not from only one generation to another generation. When you say the Gandhi family, it is the third or fourth generation what they are doing. Here it is not like that, Neelu. Here it is Mr. Yediyurappa who is literally given every second of his life for the Bharatiya Janata Party and for the people of Karnataka. And they have proved themselves well in all the ways. In take it in development last year when our government was there, we had the highest FDI investment. We were the highest in the unicorn startups, and take it law and order, we were at the best. Take it for the farmer schemes and anything. Like Karnataka was known as a very enriching state with a lot of peace and harmony. And it was known for the goodness, wealthiness, goodness, and happiness. Here, in the past 6 months, what we have seen in the Congress government, it is corruption, collection, commission. The farmers, more than 200 farmers are committing suicide. Kaveri water crisis, load shedding. When they guaranteed about the 5 guarantees, one hand they're giving, 10 hand they're taking back from the taxpayers. People are really violent in Karnataka and they're depressed.
No, Dr. Sudha, we'll come to what Congress has achieved, in since the time they've come to power in the last 6 months. That's not the subject of discussion today. What we are discussing is the return of Yediyurappa and his son a proof for dynasty politics. It's the same Yediyurappa
No,
who
no, it
was,
is not
no,
dynasty
just hear me
politics.
out. Just hear me out. It's the same Yediyurappa who was sidelined by the party during the elections. I myself had met Yediyurappa during election time. I got to know a lot of things off the record, which very clearly were evident that, how he was sidelined by the central BJP leadership. And now it's the same Yediyurappa you have to fall back on just because you have to win back the support of the Lingayat vote bank. Now, what does this show about BJP's character?
See, my party, it has always given the highest cadre to the activist, and that was given to Yediyurappa ji also. He was made the CM because the way he has worked for the party and for the people of Karnataka, definitely he was made the CM. That is the highest portfolio what one can give. We have never sidelined, our BJP party has never sidelined Lingayats. Lingayats were sidelined by the Congress way back from Vijayendra Patil's time. So it is, since decades we know Lingayats were, even now today, you tell me who Lingayat leader has been given the CM post? Why did they not make Shamlu Shivshankarappa ji or any Lingayat leader project any Lingayat leader as the CM or the deputy CM? BJP is the one who has given the maximum benefits or respect to the Lingayats. There is no second question. And the reservations were given to the Lingayats by the BJP. What was the Congress doing? It is just doing blame game. Take it on record. And Yediyurappa ji, no one can sideline him. There is no question of sidelining Yediyurappa ji.
You don't see this as a proof of dynasty politics.
No, yeah. Absolutely no, Nilu. Because see, Vijendra ji has worked more than 30 years, and he has worked like from the grassroots level. He has worked. It is not like they didn't give him an airlift or a parachute lift because he's Yediyurappa ji's son. He's not been given the president of Karnataka, BJP Karnataka. They have considered his work, and they have given him. And Nilu, I frankly tell you, the activists in Karnataka, there's a sparkle of excitement, the sparkle of hope, and he has a huge fan following as a leader. This is boost up actually the BJP Karyakartas here.
Okay.
None of the BJP Karyakartas are annoyed or sad on this part. Everybody are happy.
So you see this as a big boost for the BJP Karyakartas, but let me go to Satish Jadhav. Now, what happens, to the likes of BL Santosh, what happens to the likes of Nalin Katil, who were working very, very actively in the distribution of the tickets 6 months ago, and now suddenly they have been sidestepped and Yediyurappa has been brought on the forefront. Now, how would you see the impact unfolding on the BJP workers, on the leadership, which was against Yediyurappa at that point of time? I'm talking about 6 months back. Now, is this not going to be the next challenge for BJP?
Nilu, I think, if you look at the BJP strategy, so it's been not now, but since 4 or 5 years, whoever the common media speak about, whoever the names the media drops about, and even whatever the party circle discuss about, they will never go with those names. They always come with a surprise, whether it's in a central leadership or a state leadership. Okay, that has been the case in Karnataka as well. So the last 6 months they have been waiting. And if you look at the strategy, what they have taken by electing or the nominating Vijendra as the state president, I think they have addressed a couple of issues. One is the influence what Yediyurappa has since from the start from the BJP party, and there we cannot just ignore Yediyurappa's charisma and Yediyurappa's influence from the party as long as he's in Karnataka. And second thing, look at the names what they have dropped in last few months, in the last 6 months. It is like Shobha Karanlaje, then the Spatil, and then Ashwath Narayan, all these names, and C.T. Ravi. I think C.T. Ravi was one of the very prominent name, so that because he was the central secretary, and then he was supposed to take.
Satish, the replacement of all these people, whether it is Nalin Katil, whether it is C.T. Ravi, or whether it is BL Santosh, of course, that entire lobby has been sidelined. And it's the same lobby which said, that BJP needs a generational shift in Karnataka. We should get away with that impression that, if BJP has to win Karnataka, you need only Yediyurappa. I have myself interviewed BJP leaders, and off the record, they have said that the party wants to shrug off that perception that BJP can win elections only on the shoulders of Yediyurappa. Now, if BJP is returning back to Yediyurappa, is this an admission of the fact that the experiment which BJP was trying during the assembly elections, that has miserably failed? Whether it is BL Santosh, whether it is Nalin Katil or CT Ravi?
Yeah, I think your point is very valid, Neelu, because that is where BJP wanted to, because it always says they work with the party and the policies, not on the person. And they have implemented this in Maharashtra. They implemented in Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan as well. But in Karnataka, it is very difficult to get away Lingayat votes, because they are the majority. If you see, out of 15 chief minister what we had, Karnataka had nine are Lingayats. Right, so we cannot just rule out the Lingayats' influence in Karnataka's elections, and they realized it very badly in the last election. Okay, they wanted to.
I fail to understand, Satish, that why BJP couldn't realize this 6 months ago. Everybody had been telling BJP that Yediyurappa is important for the BJP, but at that time BJP central leadership especially was not in a mood to listen. I still remember that parliamentary board meeting out of which Yediyurappa just stormed out without speaking to the media persons. So which means that Yediyurappa was angry. He was miffed about the fact that how things were being handled by BJP at that point of time. And let's just hear me out.
Yeah.
Just an hour or 2 hours back, Yediyurappa came up with a statement saying that I had not asked for Vijendra to be made the state unit president. That's a big statement coming from Yediyurappa. Now, what would you think?
Yeah, that's exactly, Neelu. See, if you look at the last election at 6 months, as precisely you mentioned, 6 months back they knew, but they wanted to experiment, right? So they want not the person but the party should lead. That was their concept, and they learned it in a hard way that Yediyurappa influences still exist, even though he's more than 75 years and he has been sidelined. He has not been sidelined, but he has given a central leadership at the center. But the people in Karnataka, they felt, though he's not in Karnataka's active politics, but people think whether it's a central, he might be a CEC member or national executive member, but that doesn't matter. He should be active in Karnataka. That is what the Karnataka citizens or Karnataka people want. When he has given the central leadership and he has not been active in Karnataka, people felt he has been sidelined. And the BJP knew it, but still they wanted to take a chance. They wanted to take a chance and try to experiment in Karnataka whether this will work. And they realized it the hard way. They really realized it hard way, and they took 6 months. And look at the names what they have floated on. So none of those has that kind of charisma what the Yediyurappa has, or the influence of the any caste for the matter, whether it's Vakkaliga or BJP. Nobody has that kind of, though CT Ravi and Ashwath Narayan belongs to Vakkaliga community, but they don't have that charisma as of Yediyurappa ji. So that's when I think they latch back to Yediyurappa, since Yediyurappa cannot get the party position as a president directly. So they are getting in Vijayendra as a backdoor. And definitely, I think Vijayendra is capable of it, though he getting the back door. But Vijayendra is a very capable. He's a young and he's already proved his mental. Like Sudhaji was telling, he has already spent his enough time in the politics. He was the Bharatiya Janata Party's Yuva Morcha as a secretary, president, then as a vice president in the last term. So he's traveled across the Karnataka, length and breadth of the Karnataka, and people accepted. People has accepted him as the pedigree of Yediyurappa ji. So that's when I think if you see celebration, what we have seen yesterday and today, people has accepted. If not, some 20-30% are not accepted. Definitely not from the Yediyurappa's group. But people in overall, they have accepted Yediyurappa as the president for the BJP.
All right. Now let me get an account of you, and I want to bring in Pushpraj Deshpande now. Pushpraj, how would you really see the appointment of Vijendra Yediyurappa now at the helm of affairs in Karnataka? And what kind of an impact is it really going to have on Congress? Because I remember DK Shivakumar saying that we need to win back 26 out of 28 seats. Now, if Yediyurappa returns with all his might, is that going to be possible really for Karnataka Congress?
Sorry. Hi, Niluji. The point about dynastic politics is the most obvious but easiest thing to attack the BJP with. Others have already done it. Some others will still do it here. So I won't belabor that. But I think it's good, firstly, that the BJP has finally appointed its Karnataka state president 6 months after they lost the assembly elections. I just hope that they will also quickly appoint a leader of opposition in the assembly. Any democracy needs a viable opposition. And I'm a bit perplexed about the fact that the BJP hasn't been able to get its act together for so long. It's almost as if the BJP is suffering from political paralysis. And it's strange that the media has been mute on this. I mean, if it were any of the other India parties, this would have been national headlines for the past 6 months. But let's keep that aside for the moment. And let's look at this issue a bit more substantively. In doing this, as people have rightly said, and the BJP spokesperson who's on the panel hinted and alluded, the BJP is trying to regain the trust of the Lingayat community, hopefully in time for the Lok Sabha election. That's the underlying subtext here. But will the Lingayat community back Mr. Vijayendra simply because he's a former CM's son? That remains to be seen. Plus, I also think that the Lingayat will be paying very close attention to how the BJP conducts itself on religious cultural matters. So I'm not sure if that strategy will work completely as they're expecting. That's one thing. But in doing so, interestingly, the BJP is abandoning its earlier strategy, which was evident in the assembly polls. They were trying to pivot to focus on the Vokaliga vote. If you remember, PM Modi, Amit Shah, Yogi Adityanath, everyone aggressively campaigned in the Mandya, Mysore and southern Karnataka regions where the Vokaligas are dominant. BJP fielded 42 Vokaliga candidates. PM Modi inaugurated a 100-foot tall statue commemorating Kempe Gowda. They had clearly calculated that since the JDS may be in terminal decline, they will aim to win the trust of the Vokaligas in the future. That strategy now they have consigned to the dustbin permanently. Secondly, it also shows, interestingly, if you think about it, it shows that the BJP party organization is not robust or strong enough to replace a mass leader. This is especially for those people who keep saying that the BJP party organization is much bigger than the leader. It's not. In Karnataka, the BJP needs the former CM Yediyurappa. Yediyurappa ji does not need the BJP party organization. And this reveals the party's structural limitations, which other progressive parties will be keeping a very, very close eye on. But even more problematically, as others have been talking about, Mr. Vijendra's appointment will spark an internal implosion within the BJP because whatever his track record has been, it does not merit this appointment. He has been appointed because the leadership wanted to placate this former CM Yediyurappa ji. In this, the BJP's mass leaders, as you were saying, have been ignored. Even BL Santosh, the RSS's top man in Karnataka, CT Ravi, Nalin Santosh, Dr. Sudhakar, they've all been ignored. Now, this has become a pattern for the BJP. PM Modi and Amit Shah have time and again prioritized loyalty to them personally rather than merit or mass connect or even ties to the RSS. Think about what not just Yediyurappa ji, think about what they're doing to Raman Singh, what they're doing to Vasundhara Raje, or what they did with the former CM Prem Kumar Dhamal. One second, let me finish. Just last point. In state after state, the Prime Minister and the Home Minister are demolishing the BJPs internally. They're demolishing and undercutting any leader with a mass base, propping up rootless wonders who are loyal to them. Just think about the day. Just think about the day when PM Modi finally steps down. They won't have any strong bench strength left. I mean, the whole BJP will just crumble like a pack of cards. So I think that will answer your question about what the other India parties should be worried about. I don't think they really have to worry about. As far as the BJP's top leadership continues to stay on this path, the other India parties are going to emerge far stronger than what they are today.
Right. We'll talk about the India parties a little later, but Vivek, what I want to really ask you, and that point was highlighted by Pushpraj also, that, somewhere when Yediyurappa is back at the helm of affairs, now what is the kind of impact it's going to have on other regional satraps like Raman Singh, like Shivraj, like Vasundhara, where, you have polls coming up. And of course, will they be in a position now to challenge the central leadership of BJP, which almost, looks like a situation where the positioning of brand Modi somewhere is weakening. Doesn't it look like that? Where regional satraps now are ready to challenge Prime Minister Narendra Modi. There is a weakening somewhere of the party structure somewhere. And what Pushpraj was saying, that it could lead to some kind of an implosion as well. Do you agree with that? And do you see that kind of a situation now unfolding?
Yeah, Nilu, I think Pushparaj has made that point very eloquently. Uh, I think that there are two aspects to it. One is the BJP has realized finally that without the regional leaders being given the importance due to them, they cannot possibly survive longer. I mean, there has been enough of Modi rule, enough of Modi Shah rule for the last 10 years. And if the whole party and the whole Sangh Parivar revolves around only one person, then it doesn't really augur well for the entire parivar. Forget about the BJP itself. If you become so overwhelmingly dependent on just one person for the success, then the remaining party starts becoming very weaker, and they are like satellites moving around one person who will not be able to do anything on their own unless they get their power from this man who is the numero uno in the BJP and the whole Sangh Parivar. Even the RSS chief is not the numero uno now, as we all know. So one person holding reins of power, not only of the country, entire country, but the party, the entire party itself, and giving no importance to regional leaders. This has been the strategy. But of late, Mr. Modi and Mr. Shah, they have realized that if they were to, they have to win the 2024 elections comfortably. They cannot possibly uh, see these leaders becoming weak or remaining weak. So they have to be empowered in some way, and they have to make up for the mistakes they have made over the years by weakening these leaders. That's why, initially we saw about just 2 months back, we almost saw a situation where Shivraj Singh Chauhan was unlikely to even contest. He was asking people whether he should contest or not. So that kind of a situation was there in Madhya Pradesh. Now Shivraj Singh Chauhan is gaining in strength. Sundara Raje is also becoming stronger in Rajasthan, and even Raman Singh. So I see two strategies here. One is to give importance to local leaders so that the BJP survives there, and so that Modi doesn't have to see a loss of face for himself. So if the BJP survives in the states, Modi can always claim that it was due to him. And if the BJP fails, then the loss can be attributed to these leaders, that despite giving importance to them, they have failed to get the kind of success that the party needed. So it settles the issue for Mr. Modi either way. So that seems to be the strategy of Mr. Modi and Mr. Shah now, for now. But when it comes to dynasty politics, you see, what the BJP, there was an article by an RSS ideologue, who was also the BJP's senior leader, Vinay Sahasrabudhe, in the Indian Express, where he claimed he had tried to make a finer distinction between dynastic parties and dynasty in parties. So he says that in BJP there may be many leaders whose sons or whose near and dear ones also hold the reins of power. So that being a party with dynasts is fine, but being a party run by dynasts is another thing, entirely another thing. So he was giving example of Samajwadi Party, then RJD, even DMK and parties like BRS. So that is not the case with the BJP, was the argument of Mr. Vinay Sahasrabudhe. Either way, it means the same. I mean, if at the end of the day, it's all about entitlement. Now, if there is a party which is run by a dynasty, it means entitlement to that party. And if there is a party which has a lot of dynasts at different levels, it also means entitled to them. At the end of the day, it is entitlement. If you are giving entitlement to a select number of people, you are sailing in the same boat as any other party. So this is just an excuse, a facade kind of thing to make this kind of a distinction. So of course, their target is the Gandhi family. Now, the BJP spokesperson here just now said that for 70 years they have been taking decisions for this country. I think that is factually wrong. For how many years did the Gandhi family rule? Who was the last prime minister of the Gandhi family? Rajiv Gandhi. After that, for about 8-9 years, Sonia Gandhi was out of politics, and after that she took over. Now, if we say that the RSS is taking all the decisions for this government, so how is it different? I mean, if There was a National Advisory Council and Sonia Gandhi behind the UPA government. There is RSS behind the Modi government. All the decisions of the Modi government have been in the agenda of the RSS. So it is one and the same thing. On the contrary, I would say one family holding reins of power. Of course, it's not at all advisable to have any dynasty in any party, whether it is Congress or whether it is BJP. But one family holding reins of power for a long period of time is a much better situation than one person holding power for 30 years. Mr. Modi was a chief minister of Gujarat for 15 years. And if he wins the next term, he will be prime minister for another 15 years. So there is no example in the entire world where a person has been holding reins of power for 30 years at a stretch. Is that a better situation than having a dynastic party? I mean, in no way. Both things are equally bad. So to make this kind of distinctions is just like running away from the basic debate. As far as Mr. Yediyurappa is concerned, I have to ask the BJP spokesperson. You say that you don't do politics of caste. You have put caste out of Indian politics, and your electoral politics is casteless. That is your claim. So why do you want only the Lingayats to become chief minister in Karnataka? Why can't any other person become chief minister? Why should a Lingayat always become a chief minister? That is a question to be. So you give importance to caste. Please don't have this hypocrisy of saying that we don't attach any importance to caste. At the end of the day, in Maharashtra, what have you done? You made Devendra Fadnavis chief minister. That was very commendable for 5 years. Now you are again falling back on the caste factor. You have brought in so many Marathas now.
Let's Vivek, let's have the BJP spokesperson talking on this. Yes, Dr. Sudha, want an answer that you say that you are having a casteless politics, but at the same time you want a Lingayat chief minister, and that's why exactly you brought in Yediyurappa on the forefront.
Yeah, not only this question, I would like to reply to one of our panelists' comment that BJP was paralyzed for the past 6 months without a leader in the opposition or without appointment of the new unit. Neelu, it's not like that. The matter of fact is that BJP, irrespective of having the opposition of the leader or the unit head, had successfully taken care of the state as an healthy opponent. Okay, we are very much active in all the sectors when it comes to protecting the interest of the people. Take it the farmers issue, take it the Kaveri issue, take it the drought. Even now, every day we have a unit of our leaders who are visiting the fields of the farmers and having the checklist of the droughts. This is not done by any of the Congress people. None of a Congress leader has visited to any of the farmers and asked, and no committee is formed yet to see why the farmers are committing suicide. There's so much of corruption. What is happening behind all this? There's so much of murders taking place. With all these things, BJP, irrespective of not having the unit head and irrespective of not having the leader of the opposition, has stood strong, unitedly, all the Karyakartas, all the MLAs, and everybody, take it media of the BJP, everybody have stood strong. So we never dispersed that we didn't have a leader or anything such thing. This is one reply to them. And second thing is, giving importance to Lingayat. Why I had said that is because the question was to me that we have sidelined Lingayats. See, every time Congress blames that we have sidelined Lingayats. So I was replying that we have not sidelined Lingayats. Instead, we have protected the interest of the Lingayats. It is not protecting the interest of any caste. It is protecting the interest of that person who has upheld the party in past all these years. Mr. Yediyurappa ji is a mass leader. Let us not get cast into this. The same way, Vijendra ji is also a mass leader. I had attended one of the functions where there was felicitation to all the Lingayat MLAs. I could see the roaring of the audience over there.
For assembly elections, Yediyurappa is not a mass leader, but for the Lok Sabha elections, he has a mass appeal, right?
No, we have always given the importance. I am telling what may come, we cannot sideline Yediyurappa ji. That is something which is impossible. He is the tallest leader. Every Karyakarta, every person in Karnataka, let them be an activist of BJP or no, they call him Rajya Huli. So there is no question, he being a Lingayat or he may be from any other caste. It is his work, his dedication to the people, his dedication to the party, to the nation as a whole. we are giving due respect to him, and that is what is being continued here.
All right.
And
all right.
one more thing, please give me time. No, just need 1 second. I need to put this point. He has compared Sonia Gandhi to RSS. The founder leaders of RSS, Shama Prakash Mukherjee and Deendayal Upadhyay ji, they were murdered, Nilu. And no investigation was done why they were murdered. Shama Prasad Mukherjee went to Kashmir to get Article 370 out. He was murdered. The investigations were not given a clean chit by the Nehru.
Right.
So we cannot compare Sonia to any of the RSS. RSS is something which
all right.
was to uphold the roots of.
Dr. Sudha, Dr. Sudha, Vivek wants to make a point, and then I'll go to Satish. Yes,
No,
Vivek.
I see BJP is very much an expert in digging out old cases. Why doesn't Mr. Modi dig out those old files and try to find out who killed those two persons? I mean, there have been theories that these two persons were victims of their own party machinations. They should put those speculations at rest. They can
Absolutely
find out.
no. Absolutely
Why-
no.
why-
Shama
why-
Prasad Mukherjee was
Let's not
murdered.
digress.
is-
Let's not digress
the
from
point
this debate.
The point is,
Vivek,
you
finish your
have a
point.
chance. You had a chance to reinstitute inquiries into those murders and find out who were responsible. Why are you not doing it?
Can I put my point here? Let us take it a recent.
Let's not digress from the debate, please, and let me go to Satish.
Neelu, I think we are digressing from the point.
So
I think I want to bring back. Bring back to
no, I'm just finishing in 2-3 minutes. Satish, the appointment of Vijendra, the return of Yediyurappa. Now, doesn't the narrative of dynasty politics by BJP really ring hollow when you look at this particular appointment?
Yeah, definitely, Neelu. See, because BJP is all along has been against the dynasty politics and against the age politics, right? So, but it is a politics, as I said. It is a politics. BJP has to do that politics because if you look at the 70 years age bar in the last assembly elections,
you mean to say that no, is Prime Minister Narendra Modi or the BJP leadership will refrain from talking about dynasty politics now in the days to come?
Possibly, yes, because see, you look at the assembly, Karnataka, one example I want to give, Karnataka's example. So, though there isn't a policy of 70 plus, they should not contest. Whereas in Karnataka, 4 tall leaders, Somanna, then our deputy chief minister previously, I forgot his name, and then again, one more person. 3 people they have given tickets, right? So 70 plus, they're not followed the rule. Again, here in dynastic politics, they are given Vijendra again. So again, where they have to need the politics, they have to do the politics. But it's not like Vivek was telling. So Vivek Sahasrabudhe has done an RSS functionary. The dynasty politics definition for a BJP is like the dynasty ruling the party. So that is what the BJP's definition. But one person or the one family member. I mean, if you take a look at the examples of any state, there are people who have son and daughter, or the father and son. All those 1 or 2 people are always there in their state elections. Yeah, but as per BJP's definition, if they will really they will say dynasty ruling the party, controlling the party is what dynasty politics. That's what the BJP.
Let me get in the concluding comments from Pushpraj and Vivek. Pushpraj, to you first. What would you really say now? Yes.
No, I'm really finding this dynastic politics charge on the Congress a bit funny, especially because one of Karnataka's very tall leaders, Mallikarjun Kharge, is now the Congress party president. Now, I don't know how the BJP is suggesting that somehow the Gandhi family is behind the scenes running the show. Are they privy to some conversations? Are they admitting to the fact that Pegasus and Predator has been put on their phones, and that's how they're getting this information, that the family is sort of micromanaging and sort of directing what the new Congress president is doing? If that is the case, I mean, if this logic holds, if the BJP's current logic holds, that one could argue that boss Jai Shah is actually coming back and telling Amit Shah ki aap yahi kariye ki papa mere future ke liye this is best. I mean, what kind of bakwas logic is this? To make the case that someone is ruling because of some prejudice that you are holding is a bit absurd. And secondly, as to bolster what Vivek ji is saying, India has not had a prime minister from the Gandhi families for over 32 years. I mean, you have to really keep things in perspective. So I really think that this dynastic issue is not the question. Let us keep the focus to where it is belonging. It is the BJP's prerogative to appoint whoever they want, whatever his or her merits may be, and whatever the decision is. Whether it's because they wanted to placate Yediyurappa ji, whether they wanted to get this job done before the Lok Sabha election, whatever it is, that's their prerogative. But this is a pattern, and the pattern shows that the BJP top leadership outside Karnataka disregards grassroots leaders first, and then, as our other Mr. Satish Jadhav ji was saying, retrospectively accommodates them so that it's because it's politically expedient. But in doing this, it is undermining its own weakness, its own strengths. It is demolishing the party from within, and this is going to have serious structural problems in the future. That just right now, the entire party is being held together by Prime Minister Modi's charisma. The day he steps down as Prime Minister, just think about what the BJP is going to go through. All of these spokespersons who are joining, who are now tom-tomming Narendra Modi ji and all that stuff, will all be clamoring to join other parties. This spokesperson might be in the Congress by then. Let's be very, very clear about what they are going to face.
All right. So some strong comments coming from Raj there.
Yeah.
Vivek is also smiling, but I'll have to end the program after Vivek's comment because I'm really running short of time. Yes, Vivek, over to you. Yes.
No. What I feel is, this dynastic politics and all ultimately boils down to entitlement to a certain family. Whether it is going on for 3 generations or 4 generations or 2 generations, that is ridiculous. I mean, we cannot go into, we cannot define dynastic politics in terms of number of generations. Even if it is passed on from first generation to second generation, it is still as much dynastic as it is when it is passed on from first generation to fourth or fifth. So because eventually it gives entitlement to a member of a particular family, and that should be the basic yardstick to define the entitlement. So that kind of entitlement is there in BJP. See, in Congress there may be one family which is at the helm of affairs, fine, but in BJP there are hundreds of families which are running a family rule in their own fiefdoms. So how does it differ from the Congress dynasty? It doesn't. If at all there is dynasty in Congress, there is dynasty in BJP, but at different levels, in different places, in different fiefdoms. That's all. I mean, let's not talk about if you feel that there is a merit in a person, then you say that this person is meritorious and we are promoting him. It doesn't matter whether he belongs to a dynasty or not. You should be very forthright about it. Otherwise, you get caught in your own words, and then it becomes very difficult to explain your actions on the same with the same yardstick with which you measure the actions of the other people.
Absolutely. And just a short while back when Yediyurappa was making a statement, he said that if you have a leader like Prime Minister Narendra Modi, you've got to win 26 out of 28 seats. So for now, at least, Yediyurappa and his son will be touring throughout the state, will be campaigning throughout the state. But how many seats BJP will win on the shoulders of Yediyurappa and Vijendra, we do not know for now. Thank you so much. I'll have to end the program here. Dr. Sudha, Satish Jadhav, Pushparaj, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.
And one appeal to the viewers who are watching this discussion, subscribe to our channel, send us your feedback, and stay tuned to The Federal. Thank you.
Subscribe to The Federal's YouTube page for more news and updates.